Hi guys, Jeanette Silhouette here. I knew that it was going to be a beautiful sunset this evening, so we're just going to watch it together. I sure do hope I have this set up where you can see it good. Oh goodness, I think you just saw me. Let's see. Yep, this is a Michigan sunset. I'm gonna close my door. We've only had get a little closer to you so I can talk to you. We've only had weather into the 60s basically. That's the highest the temperature has been. But today is by far one of the warmest days. And today, it said it was supposed to reach 80. I don't believe that it ever did reach 80. I want to say like 76 or something, at least where I'm at, because I'm out in the country, so that kind of makes a difference. Anyways, I could just tell that it was going to be a beautiful sunset tonight, and I just wanted to share it with you, and I don't know, have a little bit of conversation. I have some of the most beautiful, beautiful sunsets, you guys. This is my backyard. I don't own as far as you can see, but I own a little ways out. One of my biggest concerns, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you or not. Let me see. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Yeah, because I don't want to get in the picture. I see the problem is that I'm filming with my laptop, so I can't point things out to you because I'm getting a glare on the laptop and I can't tell where I'm pointing. Anyways, over that way, let me see if I can, okay, there's the sunset, and then over that way a little bit, somebody planted some pine trees back there, which is great and wonderful, but there's gonna come a point where the pine trees get tall enough. You know, they've been there for a few years now, but I'm afraid they're going to get tall enough to where they block my sunset. But I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. They're not mine to cut down. Way far back there is owned by someone else, so I can't do anything about that. I'm seeing some green. Let's see. I don't know. Can't tell. There's a deer blind back there. I sure wish I could point some things out to you. Anyways, there's some trees around it that are really green. Now I'm going to point this down a little bit and see if the color changes just slightly, so you can see more of the landscape. I've got it pointed more towards the sky. There we go. Okay, let me see if I can point some things out. Okay, right there. Let's see. Right? See, everything's opposite. Hold on. Where am I going? Where am I going? Right? There is a deer blind. It's not owned by me either. And then the pine trees, you know, are all right here, and they're gonna get really tall. And during the summer months, I'm gonna point this back up again because it's getting real pretty. During the summer months, the sun moves this way. So, and during the winter months, it keeps going and going and going that way when it sets. So, sorry for the bouncing. Just show you more of the sky. You know, the other night, you know, I had done this sunset ordeal and missed it, and then the moon came out and there was this bright star, and it was like, oh man, I'm just going to try to capture that. Of course, some of you saw that already and commented on it. But anyways, as far as the pine trees go, it is what it is. Hopefully it won't present a problem at any time, at any point. Yeah, none of those pine trees, let's see, let's point you down again. Again, I'm filming with my laptop. See all those pine trees? None of those pine trees were there. All of this back field used to be field. I hope this is not noises. It used to be those big hay bales everywhere, those big round hay bales. That whole field behind my house used to be full of those hay bales, and I just loved that. And I knew the people that owned it, and I knew that they would use my driveway as access to get back to the field, which was fine. But they eventually sold that, but I still know the one of the young man that used to go to school with my son. Actually, he actually plows my driveway in the winter. I don't know if I got off track there with what I was saying or not. Yeah, this used to, anyways, he used to work that field in the back here. A lot of the times he was the one working it. The young man I'm talking about. And this whole backfield would be full of those round hay bales. You could walk out to the middle of that field and then turn to the north, and that field just continued just forever of those hay bales. They just, I don't know, like, I don't know how much property they owned. They owned all up the hill, all that, you know, like I said, you know, you'd see hay bales from my backyard, but if you walked out into the middle of the field and looked towards the north, you could see, I mean, hay bales forever. Same people. Same, you know, people owned all that property and owned all those hay bales. They used to have cows and whatnot, and so that was how they made sure they took care of their animals. But at some point, the boy that I was talking about that used to work the field, it was his grandpa that owned it. Well, his grandpa died in kind of a sad accident. It was a farming accident. Won't go into those details, but at some point it was sold, and like I said, I still know the young man, and he's just a wonderful young man. I want to call him a boy still, but he's grown now. So it was sold, and the fella that bought the property also built a home. There's already a home back there, but I think they tore it down and built like a log home or something. And you could barely see it when there's trees, when it was just field, when there was no trees there. You could never see it in the summer. You could see it in the winter a little bit. And even now, when their light comes on in the back, I can see their light. Matter of fact, in that other video that I had about the one that said Moon Star and me, there was a point where you could see a little light back there across the field. That was their light that, I don't know, might be a motion detector light or something. But they decided they didn't want to farm it. They just wanted to own the land and I guess do some hunting on it. And makes me a little bit uneasy that there's a deer blind right there in my backyard. I don't know. Last fall there was a different one, and a couple of fellas came and tore it down and put that newer one up. And the other one hadn't been there that many years, really. Because this fella hadn't owned this. I'm trying to think how long this fella has owned this, where it's not been farmed now for those hay bales. Oh gosh, I guess it's been a really long time now. 15 years. Oh, I can't believe it. So, anyways, he planted those pine trees. And, well, you can see how big they are, how much they've grown. They were just little tiny things when they were planted. I don't know how much more sun we're going to get. I can hear frogs still. The other night when I tried to tape that sunset and I ended up erasing it by accident, I was hearing a loon. And I was like, oh yeah, you guys can probably hear the loon. That's so awesome. I'm going to readjust you a little bit here. I think we got you where we want you. Again, this is my laptop, so I'm sorry it's jiggly and funny. There's a little peak of red peeking through right down by the tree line. I don't know if you guys can see that in this laptop webcam. I can't tell. I hope you can see it. Well, I'm hearing one of those morning dove things. Birds. Oh, there was a bird out this morning singing such a pretty song. I don't know if it was a robin. I don't know what kind of bird it was. This is kind of the sweet spot, like Joan was talking about. Junebug. She was talking about, because she's in Alaska, and there's kind of a sweet spot between when it gets warm and when mosquitoes start to come out. It's kind of like that here in Michigan too. Right now, this is kind of like the time when, like, if I, like right now, the evening like this, the sunset, oh my gosh, they'd be all over me. Not as bad as Alaska is. I mean, I completely and totally understand there's a huge difference. Oh my gosh, you guys. I've seen some documentaries where there were some people trying to do work outside in Alaska and just being covered and eaten alive by mosquitoes. Oh my goodness. So not that bad here, but it gets kind of bad. And I don't think spraying would be an option. I wouldn't want to spray, but I hate not being able to enjoy sitting outside. But I mean, how long could spray last? You know? Well, anyway, it looks like the sun is... I don't know what you guys can see, but I can still see that fiery red down by the tree line. Sometimes the sunset's even prettier after the sun has already gone down all the way. The clouds just do some crazy, awesome, wonderful, beautiful colors and streaks and little showers in the distance. And not today necessarily, but my goodness, I really, really, really need. I'm hearing Canadian geese, I think. I really, really need a decent camera. I need to be able to see what I'm filming. I need to, and then not necessarily have to hold it the whole time either. Of course, I have a tripod for a camera from years and years ago. That camera is long gone, I think. Old camera. I'm talking like a Canon 35mm from the 80s that, of course, did not take moving pictures. I had noticed earlier that the, anyways, camera, oh my goodness, I've got to look into what there is out there available. Now, some of you guys that might be watching, you can see the type of things, obviously, that I'm wanting to capture. I'm going to put this down just a little bit. I don't know. So you can kind of see what I'm trying to capture. So what would be the best type of camera for doing my vlogging, but also to be able to capture this type of thing. Now see, on the video right now, that spot right there is blood red in person, but it does not look blood red on the camera, on the webcam. I'm gonna have to really look into that, see if I can move it, and it didn't seem to help it. But that spot is blood red, but it's not at all in the... Sorry for moving so much. It's not at all in the webcam. So anybody that might have a suggestion, obviously I cannot afford a $1,000 camera or something like that. But I don't even know really what to get, so maybe some of you have some ideas you could throw my way. That'd be great. I'd appreciate it. Well, I'm actually seeing a mosquito right now. But he hasn't been trying to bother me, so that's good. At least I think that was a mosquito. Well, the chirping frogs are getting louder. The sun has gone all the way down. And we've been filming for almost 19 minutes. And I hope I haven't been too boring. But I just wanted to share the sunset with you this evening. And yeah. Thanks for hanging out with me, and hopefully my laptop was able to capture something really beautiful. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Earlier today, I happened to... It's not really been a windy day, but we've had some wind gusts now and again. And I was looking out, not back here, but out the front. And there's several trees out the front. And I happened to see a gust of wind come up. And I'm not kidding you, it looked like a a dust cloud. What was happening is the wind was blowing pollen off the trees. I mean, that had to have been what it was, or pollen off of something, because I mean, there's no dust to be blown up around here right now. You know, the grass is starting to come in green, and from where I could see, oh, there's the mosquito, where I could see this dust cloud come from was the tops of the trees and come down with this big gust of wind. And oh my goodness, you guys, I was just like, you have got to be kidding me. It was just insane. I don't guess I mean, of course I understand that the trees bud. Of course I understand that we have no trees that have any flowers on them yet right now at all. There isn't anything like that right now. We have no lilacs, no flowering trees, no nothing right now happening as far as that goes. So you just don't picture pollen being on trees? I don't know. I know I must sound like really stupid or something. But I mean, yeah. A lot of trees have pollen. I get that. I've heard that. But boy, did I see it today with that gush of wind. And I've had a little tickle in my throat a couple of times today. I've been taking some of that nasal spray stuff that's supposed to keep you from having really bad reactions to allergies. So I think that sort of kind of saved me. And it's funny because some years I have big problems with it and some years I don't. And usually the problems are like in the more in the fall, like when all that goldenrod comes out. Well, I'm going to turn you this way so I can see ya. And just say thanks for joining me. That's the north side of my I tried to put my screen up, but obviously I gotta try to do it again. But anyways, this where I live, surrounding property, so on and so forth, and my sunset, and me. So you guys, till next time, thanks again for sharing this beautiful sunset with me. And remember that it takes all kinds of people to make a world. And I'm so glad that you guys are in it with me. Till next time.